Lesson 2. Introduction to the Stock Market. Part 1. In Lesson 2, we will introduce you to the stock market and provide you with a comprehensive guide to investing in stocks. We'll start with the fundamentals to lay a solid foundation. Following this, the subsequent lessons will dive into more engaging topics such as strategies for becoming a smarter investor. So, let's begin without further delay by discussing what a stock is and exploring the purpose of the stock market. Here's a remarkable piece of history. On December 17, 1903, the first airplane flight by the Wright Flyer took place near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. This pioneering flight not only catapulted the Wright brothers to fame, but also marked the beginning of the aviation era. Now consider this. How many years elapsed before humans first landed on the moon? The answer might surprise you. The lunar landing by Apollo 11 marked a significant milestone when it touched down on the moon on July 20, 1969. Remarkably, only 66 years had elapsed between the Wright brothers' first powered flight and humanity's monumental step on the moon. This span of 66 years is less than an average human lifetime, an astonishingly short period to achieve such colossal progress in aviation and space exploration. If you found the rapid progress in space exploration astounding, consider this. Only 43 years after the moon landing, Voyager, a man-made satellite, journeyed beyond our solar system into interstellar space. Remarkably, the stock market has not only reflected a century of incredible innovations in the US, but has also played a significant role in supporting and funding these technological advancements. Let's explore what a stock is and examine the role of the stock market within the economy, setting the stage for our discussion on stock investing. A stock, also known as a share or equity security, signifies partial ownership in a company. When you purchase shares, you are effectively buying a piece of the company and thereby becoming an owner. This ownership not only entitles you to a proportionate share of the company's profits, typically distributed as dividends, but also grants you voting rights at shareholder meetings. These rights allow shareholders to influence the company's decisions. It's important to remember that buying a stock means taking on an ownership role in that company, a fact often overlooked by many investors to their detriment. We will emphasize this concept repeatedly because understanding it is crucial for becoming an informed and savvy investor. The first thing you need to know how to do is to read a stock quote. Company shares or stocks have ticker symbols assigned to them. Typically, these tickers are 1 to 4 letter codes. For example, Netflix's ticker is NFLX. Whenever you type in a stock ticker, you will receive what's called a quote and a set of important numbers. First, you will see a number for the stock price. In the case of Netflix's quote, the stock price is $478.61 per share. This price represents the last price it traded at. Second, the quote will also show you the change in stock price for that day. This change is measured against the price the stock finished trading at the day before. In the case of Netflix, the $478.61 price represents a $6.42 decrease from the prior day's closing price. Now that you understand how to read a stock quote, let's discuss stock charts. The chart on this slide is called a line chart. The line tracks the daily stock price for Netflix for 2023. There are many different types of charts, and investors use them for different purposes. We could spend a whole lesson on stock charts and not even scratch the surface. I encourage you to learn about the different types. For our purposes, charts present an effective visual history of what a company's stock price has done over a specified period of time. The stock market is often demonized in the press and media as a symbol of greed. Don't be fooled. The market plays an essential role, in fact, one of the most important roles in the financial ecosystem that created the world's largest and most innovative economy. To appreciate the significance of the stock market, consider what our world might look like if it never existed. Without the stock market, cell phones might still resemble bulky devices carried in briefcases, rather than the compact smartphones we keep in our pockets today. Video games might not feature the realistic graphics we see today, and they might still rely on rudimentary stick figure graphics. Do you want to know how all this innovation happened? In the 1950s, semiconductors were invented. These semiconductors gave birth to the computer industry. At the dawn of the industry, large mainframe computers dominated the sector, like Tyrannosaurus rex during the late Cretaceous period. The original mainframe computers were housed in entire rooms the size of large apartments. Thanks to Moore's law, which predicted that semiconductors would shrink in size by half every 2 years, they became smaller and smaller, all the while getting more powerful. By the late 1970s, they were small enough to give birth to the personal computer. The industry mantra in the 1980s was put a computer in every home. Mass adoption of personal computers gave birth to the internet. After all, the PCs were connected together through the World Wide Web. The internet boom, which really started in the late 1990s, created a vast and ever-growing library of data, all accessible online. This huge repository of data is the birthplace for artificial intelligence, perhaps the biggest technology wave of all time. You're probably wondering, what did the stock market have to do with all of this? Well, trillions of dollars have been raised through the market to fund the development of much of our technologies. The stock market has been a major reason for the pace of innovation in the US. The stock market's critical role in the economy, especially as an engine for innovation, offers an important clue about where one might find the best performing stocks. With each wave of technological advancement, a new set of companies emerged to lead the new charge. These companies performed the best in the stock market. These were the companies that disrupted industry after industry on their climb to the top of the mountain. Companies like IBM dominated the computer business during the early years, when big mainframe computers ruled. In the 1980s, these big computers started getting replaced with personal computers. That was the era of dominance by companies like Microsoft and Intel. Then the internet wave hit our shores. An entire new class of companies rose from nothing to lead the stock market. The internet giants that we know today, like Amazon, Google, and Facebook, were all born during that period. Today, many people believe that we are on the cusp of the biggest technological revolution of all time, driven by major developments in artificial intelligence over the last 12 months. So, this is an incredibly interesting time to start learning how to invest.